Hello everyone, and welcome to the Elm Park Journey. My name is Diana Howe, and I am the lay leader for Elm Park United Methodist Church. This is a frequent web series, and in each episode, we have a special guest that talks to us about upcoming events, programs, and announcements. My guest today is our senior pastor, Reverend Mike Bealla. How are you doing?
Doing fine, thanks.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm so glad to have you here. This upcoming Wednesday will be Ash Wednesday in the beginning of our Lenten season. And for 20 years now, we've had a series called Soup and Sermon that occurs every Wednesday at 12:10 down in the chapel. And we have some worship time, and then we have soup in the dining room. And each year there's a theme and so on. But would you like to fill us in a little bit about how this year is going to go?
I would be glad to. In fact, I'm in my robe because we just got done with worship on Sunday, and I was taking my stole off and realized I get to wear my purple one beginning on Wednesday. And there's nothing special about it except that Lent's always been kind of a very special time for us. And a lot of people enjoy the depth of spirituality of trying to do something, either doing some extra praying, or this year Kathy Wilcox is leading us on a prayer walk throughout the community. So it's just a great time to refocus and to really consider what God did for us in Christ. And so this year's theme is going to be Into the Wilderness. And we'll have each week a short service. It's only about 20 minutes long, but it begins with a hymn and some opening words and a prayer, and then we have our guest speakers. And the first one is going to be done by me on Ash Wednesday. We'll share ashes as well, and then Wednesday evening there's also the 7:30 Ash Wednesday service. So we've got 2 for 1 on Wednesday, or BOGO maybe, buy one get one. In coming weeks, those who will be sharing the word for us will be some familiar faces and maybe some not so familiar faces. The second week will be Carrie Granchet, who's now the pastor at Hemlock Grove in Sterling, followed by Reverend Andy Widener, who is the retiring pastor at Clark Summit United Methodist Church. Andy's always got a good word for us. And then we're going to hear from our deacon intern, Kathy Wilcox, and it'll be really her first time speaking to the whole group. And the following week is our other intern from Marywood University, Brian McChesney, and it'll be fun to hear what Brian has to say to us as well. And then we'll end our series with Eric Luchak. Pastor Eric will be coming to us from Daleville and Maple Lake. So it's our close family around, but it's spread out a little bit longer or wider than usual. And of course, one of our other guests for the season will be Church Mouse, and he was just as excited about putting on his purple for Lent. He loves Lent for a couple of reasons. He loves to see the children during Lent, and we'll be also in Lent putting our butterfly tree up. I let out a secret. It's really a cocoon tree, and each week the kids will add to that tree, and we'll see what happens on Easter morning or Christmas, depending where you are at the time. I think it's Easter morning. Yes. And he also likes the times that we share communion because of the breadcrumbs. That's one of his favorite times, and you can see he's doing quite well so far this year. So we're all decked out, we're ready to go, and we invite everybody to come and be a part of Soup and Sermon. And probably, I think the soup is pretty darn good. So, and the fellowship is even better. So we hope that everybody will come, and invite your neighbors and friends too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and anybody who's familiar with the church or who would like to help, we're always glad to have people to help us serve as well. It's a wonderful time. I know I look forward to it each year.
Great.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order?
I can't think of anybody, but you'll be in our prayers, and we'll continue to pray for one another in this season. And did notice today too, the upper rooms are here, which is a nice way to focus for the Lenten season as well. Say goodbye, Church Mouse.
Bye. Goodbye, Church Mouse. I love him. All right, so we've heard from Reverend Mike this morning. We do hope that you'll be able to join us through the Lenten season. It's a very good time to do some internal growth and searching as we come towards the resurrection. If you have any questions about this year's Soup and Sermon series, please feel free to contact Reverend Mike or myself. I would like to thank everyone for watching this episode of the Elm Park Journey, and would like to thank Reverend Mike for being my guest again today. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below. If you have any ideas of topics we can discuss, please feel free to talk to or email Wes Bealla, Reverend Mike Bealla, or myself. Have a blessed week and stay in prayer. As we share our blessings and our struggles, we can support each other as we explore God's call for each of us. Let us help each other find ways of making disciples for the transformation of the world. Grace and peace for the journey.
Amen.
At Elm Park United Methodist Church, all are welcome because we are better together.